Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2020 general reading. We are looking at the first half of October from October 1st through the 15th. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all safe and well and balanced. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today, for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. All of it is welcome and appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for the fire sign of Aries for the first half of October. That's Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, if your Venus is in Aries, or if you're cross-watching for an Aries. It's all relevant, but of course, being general readings, it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. So watch all of your signs if you know them, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, because they each present a little bit of perspective into what's going on in your life and can help you navigate through a little bit easier. If you find that the readings do resonate with you, any of them, and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, just click on the link below. Click on that little arrow that pulls down info. You'll see my email address there. You can contact me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond with more information within the same day that you reach out. And since I do readings full time, it's all that I do. I'm pretty diligent at working with your schedule in mind to get personal readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. All right, let's move right into this reading. Aries, let's see what the first half of October has in store for you. Feels like things are starting to loosen up for some of the signs, just a bit more movement and motion. Okay. We begin Aries with the World. Completion, moving on to the next level, followed by the Ten of Wands, wrapping up a very difficult time period. The Two of Wands, being at a crossroads, maybe making some decisions. And from the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the first half of October is the Ace of Pentacles. So starting over again and maybe perhaps making decisions as to what direction you want to go in. The Ace of Pentacles is your overall energy. Like Leo, your sister sign Leo, I feel this energy for some of you of actually traveling. And for you, Aries, it might be that some of you are actually getting on a plane and traveling across the country or out of the country even. I know, given the condition and everything, but that's kind of what I'm feeling for some of you. Some of you, because the Ace of Pentacles is your overall energy, might be moving, relocating, starting over again. This is about having a new beginning or the opportunity for to start off on a new path. That makes a difference in the physical structure of your day-to-day life. So it can be a new job, moving and relocating for a new job, starting a new project that holds a lot of potential and interest for you. It's a practical new beginning. Let's clarify that. I am using Gilded Tarot Royale and the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. So let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, I'm wrapping up the end of a very heavy cycle. And so it kind of feels like finally I'm getting done with this thing and I'm moving on to whatever is next. The Nine of Pentacles clarifies the Ace of Pentacles. So new beginning, maybe on your own, or more of a sense of independence and self-sufficiency and self-empowerment, and feeling quite good about that, which is what the Nine of Pentacles represents. Independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, finally moving on. And again, it feels like finally. Maybe for some of you, this is, it has had partly to do with, the pandemic, and maybe you found yourself being stuck in one place for a really long period of time. You've made the decision, or the way has opened up for you to have movement again. Again, I'm getting a sense of physical travel, just like with Leo's. Be interesting to see what Sagittarius has. And you're feeling good about it. It's not that if you have a home and a family or a mate and a partner, that you're tired of them. I don't feel like this is a breakup, but it's like you're having some kind of movement on your own, and it feels really good to you because it feels like you've been maybe kind of cloistered and surrounded and not having that independent time that you love so much and crave so much to yourself, and it feels really good. Let's clarify the World. The World is the last major arcana card in the chart. It represents that the Fool's journey is at an end. You've gone through the whole cycle. It's come to an end, and now you're standing at the top of the mountain, and you're looking out at what the next level is, the next phase, the next new journey. So let's clarify that. The Fool. Here's where the journey ends. Here's where the journey begins. So a major cycle completing and a new one beginning, being off. I'm telling you, some of you are traveling, and first, that portion of you that are traveling, some of you, it's international travel, or it's like, it's a plane ride of longer than just a couple hours. That's what it feels like. And you're going, it feels like on your own. And even if you're, again, like married or attached or something, it just feels really good to kind of get out on your own again. Especially those of you who are globetrotters, or, those who like to travel or wander, or just kind of be moving out on your own again. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. Well, this one definitely wants to come out. The Five of Swords, a hard-won victory, sometimes means leaving people behind as well. This is what's clarifying the Ten of Wands. Yeah, it feels like... Yeah, this is, as happens sometimes with the different elemental signs. It feels very similar to one of your sister fire signs, Leo. It feels like after a long winter where you've been kind of cooped up, and I had to deal with people for maybe longer in different ways than you really wanted to. You're finally, the way is open, or you've made the decision and the way is open to get out, to move, and just the very act of movement and kind of being out there and not having to think about, again, if you're in a relationship or have a home and family, that's great, but this is kind of getting out on your own and feeling that kind of lovely sense of not having to think about somebody else or worry about somebody else for the time being. Clarify the Two of Wands, but we do have a crossroads kind of decision to make here. So since it looks like you're off on a brand new journey, a new adventure, what is the decision? Is it about where to go, how to go? This one wants to come out. The Lovers, which is also can be about definitely it's a relationship energy, usually a karmic connection, soulmate, kindred spirit kind of energy, and it also often represents making, significant, big, major, or significant decisions about the relationship, or that will affect the relationship, which again, if you're thinking of moving or relocating, definitely would. But it's still, we're clarifying the Two of Wands, and we've got more kind of crossroads energy. So let's pull one more clarifying card for that. We have two flipped out. The Sun and the Ace of Coins. So you've got two Ace of Coins. I'm using two different decks, so they show up differently. Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, but the same. It's the Ace of Earth. And the Sun, which is footloose and fancy-free, feeling like restrictions and responsibilities have lifted, but the Ace of Coins is starting off on a new journey, but it has a practical edge to it as well. So for some of you, it might be like a long distance relationship. Maybe you were actually, it feels like somebody who was like maybe quarantined or had to shelter in place, with maybe family or people that you normally wouldn't spend a long period of time with, but circumstances kind of dictated you did. And now you're finally made the decision and the way is open to kind of return to whatever. But there's also a crossroads energy here about a primary relationship as to what am I going to do? Is this person going to be part of my future? And if so, how's that going to work? A permanent part of my future, how do I work this out? It feels a little bit, which I know that some of you Aries struggle with sometimes, kind of a, do I want to take it to that final commitment stage, or do I want to kind of just stay footloose and fancy free kind of energy? Maybe I don't want to lose this person because there's this strong, passionate, kinetic bond between the two of us. But I also do really enjoy my freedom and kind of having those times where I don't have to answer or care for or worry about, XYZ. So kind of being in that crossroads energy. I mean, but the reading is quite good. It's just that I think some of you are cycling back to this same issue again as to what do I do about X? Do I take it further or do I not? Let's pull an advice and guidance. Advice and guidance. Justice and the Nine of Swords. Really stressed out about an unknown future. What is the right thing to do? So in terms of advice and guidance, justice is doing the right thing. It's honor and integrity. And it's doing what the right thing is, the honorable, ethical thing to do is almost always clear. What we struggle with is how our emotions feel, or yes, maybe this is the right thing to do, but I feel this other way. It looks like there's a lot of stress and anxiety, perhaps about an unknown future. And this has got to be about this, kind of crossroads. What do I do about this relationship energy? I also feel like for some of you that have been struggling with this crossroads energy for quite some time, like two people in a relationship that's a committed relationship, but you don't want to maybe take it to marriage or something of that sort. There's a lot of stress and anxiety here with the Nine of Swords, because I think for some of you, if you don't make this decision, this relationship is going to be over because I think the other person is going to leave. That's kind of what I'm getting. Some of you might be on the other side of this story, meaning it might be somebody who's kind of leaving you and so they're off doing their thing and you're doing your thing, and still enjoying aspects of that, but there's a decision as to where this relationship is going. Because when you look at this in a very literal way, it's this really close kinetic, kindred spirit, karmic connection, but where is it going? You can't stay at this crossroads forever, because if you do, the relationship itself will, relationships are a living thing just like any other living thing. It needs to grow. And if not, then it needs to be planted in soil that it can grow in. You can't stay at a relationship crossroads forever. And I think that's probably where a lot of this stress is coming from. Not necessarily knowing what the right thing is to do, but if you, whether you want to do it or not. Because you may feel that, this taking it to a deeper level of commitment, you may be afraid that it'll compromise your own independence and freedom, which you prize so highly. Fair enough, nothing wrong with that. But if this is really your soulmate, your kindred spirit, there will be a way for the two of you to kind of continue to move forward together, but be respecters of each other's autonomy, and personal space and all of that kind of thing. I think Spirit's kind of telling you it's time to fish or cut bait. So, okay, Aries, that is your reading for the first half of October. Yeah, some of you are definitely traveling, I can see that, but this decision thing is still kind of weighing on you and it needs to be dealt with, so something to keep in mind while you're moving around. Okay, Aries, that's it. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the mid-month reading. Stay safe, stay well. Again, if you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be happy to hear from you. And you can get that information as well by clicking on the little link below. Take care, Aries. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.